Imagine two students sitting down to study at the exact same moment. They both stay at their desks for exactly 2 hours. The first student finishes the session understanding the material clearly. They can solve the practice problems and explain the core concepts back to themselves. The second student spends their final 45 minutes rereading the same sentences, making simple mistakes on basic problems, and forgetting what they just learned. According to the clocks on their desks, they were equally productive. We grow up believing that more study time naturally leads to more learning. Many productivity tools celebrate this metric above all else. We track daily hour counts, maintain long streaks, and tally up completed Pomodoro sessions as the primary score for our day. This creates a trap. We start to believe that staying at a desk is the same thing as learning, but those are two different processes. Think back to your last long study session. During the first 10 minutes, your mind was sharp. You solved problems and understood every explanation you read. But after an hour or two, your brain becomes slower. You start rereading sentences. Simple questions become difficult, and your focus drifts to your phone. Throughout this shift, the clock on your wall is doing one thing perfectly. It is tracking the duration of your session. This graph compares time against cognitive performance. The line for time moves steadily upward, but hides this downward curve, the measurable decay of reasoning and memory. Continuing past this drop-off enters a widening gap, a zone of wasted effort the clock cannot show you. Time tells us how long an activity lasted. It cannot tell us the quality of the thinking that happened during that span. We can see this more clearly by looking at the technology we use every day. A phone running at 100% battery and a phone running at 5% are both turned on. But we wouldn't expect them to perform the same way. We wouldn't measure a phone's performance simply by how many hours the screen stayed illuminated. That would ignore the more important question: how well was the device actually working? The same logic applies to a study session. Tracking the time spent only proves that your brain was active. It doesn't prove that it was effective. Using duration as a score of success masks the reality of a depleted biological system. If the purpose of studying is learning, then we have to measure something closer to the quality of that learning. Instead of checking the clock, we need to ask, are we making connections, solving problems accurately, or building a new skill? Time is still a valuable tool for creating routines and blocking out distractions, but it should support your thinking, not replace it. This scale shows the distinction between the two. Time records activity. Learning records change. Maximizing study hours without protecting the quality of your thinking creates an illusion of progress, while your actual performance declines. If time is just the container we put our work into, what is the actual driver of high-quality thinking? That driver is cognitive energy, a resource that fluctuates throughout the day, determining what we are actually capable of at any given moment. In the next episode, we'll explore why choosing the right task for your current energy level is more important than simply trying to work harder.